you live in San Diego, one of the main questions that you're always asked is, what is your favorite beach? Today we're going to take a tour on one of my favorite beaches in San Diego, the Torrey Pines State Beach. Nestled just south of Del Mar and north of La Jolla, this is by far one of my favorite beaches. So come check it out. Hi, if you don't know, my name's Ian Collins. I'm the Rancho Bernardo Realtor, and today we're covering my favorite beach, Torrey Pines State Beach. I like it for a bunch of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that it is the closest beach for the Rancho Bernardo residents. I live on West Pomerado exit, which is probably the most northeast that you can go in Rancho Bernardo, and it only takes me about 20 to 25 minutes. So if you live on the east side or Del Sur area, it's even closer for you. So today we're going to cover everything you need to know if you want to plan a trip to this beach, from where to park, to bring food or not bring food, where the bathrooms are, some of my favorite trails, and then at the end, what you guys all want, I'm going to give you some of the best footage that I've ever captured on my drone of the beach. So let's get to it. Before we get started, let's go over some definitions and misconceptions, since all the beaches kind of get clumped into one. First, it's not Black's Beach. Black's Beach is at the very, very south end of the beach, and if you stumble upon it, which it takes a lot, you'll know really quick that you're on Black's Beach. If you're not from San Diego and you don't know what it is, go check it out. You'll be thoroughly unimpressed. But for Torrey Pines State Beach is broken into two sections, the north side and the south side. The north side being closer to Del Mar and south side being closer to La Jolla, which the State Reserve is on the bluffs right behind it. The two beaches are separated by the Los Penasquitos lagoons that runs into the marsh. There's a bridge that you have to cross under if you're trying to walk from the north beach to the south beach and to enter the reserve, but that's the definition between the two beaches. For parking, there's three parking options, two of them being ran by the state, the north parking lot and the south parking lot right by the reserve, and I think they're around $15 to $20. And then there's free parking that runs along the Torrey Pines Road. Now, if you're trying to go after the free parking, be ready for a battle, implement that junior college parking lot mindset where you're sitting there trying to strategize how to find someone pulling out. And just know that there are people that have been going to this beach since before I was even born. There's one guy, call him the cat guy. He has an RV there with like this crazy contraption on the back where his cats can basically, looks like an iguana cage on the back of his RV. He's there every day. And you'll know real quick when he's there because he does rock art. And if you don't know what rock art is, Google it, or just you'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. It's literally these rocks stacked in these weird ways that defy gravity. Moving on. Next, let's go on to bathrooms. Each parking lot, North Beach parking lot and South Beach parking lot, not the free parking, has their own bathroom and like water fountains and stuff like that for you. Once you get on the trails, I don't think there's a bathroom. There might be one at the top of the hill at the gift center, but I wouldn't bank on it. Just know when you're going there, and if you're going to go on the hike, plan on using the bathrooms by the parking lot before you go on trek out on your hike. Which leads me to the next thing, is that they don't serve food. So bring your own food and water, because some of the hikes, especially if you start at the North Shore and walk all the way to the trails, it's pretty far. So make sure you bring water with you, because some of the trails can get kind of difficult. Along those same lines, when you get to the state park, you're not supposed to eat anything along the trails. It's a wildlife preserve, and it's something, it messes with the ecosystem. So respect the park and don't eat on any of the trails. So now let's cover the different beaches. Now, if you're looking to go to have a normal beach day with your umbrellas and beach towels and lay out in the sun and maybe go jump in the water for real quick, you're looking more for North Beach. It's a much wider beach, the quintessential white sandy beach of San Diego. That's going to be more your vibe. The South Beach isn't as nice of a beach because it's much shorter, the bigger rocks, and it runs right into the bluffs of the state park, so it's not as much beach area for you. I've seen people lounge there, but not as much. If you're looking for lounging, North Beach. If you're looking to do the state park trails and kind of walk around, then South Beach is more your vibe. Now let's talk a little bit about the state park, and we're almost there to all the drone footage that you guys are only watching this video for. The state park is 1,750 acres of a wildlife preserve. So there are two main ways to start the hike. Start down the parking lot, and technically you can go along the beach and go up the back way, but I've never seen people do it. I guess you could, but don't be weird. Do the normal route. Take a left and you follow the long street. There's a path on both sides of the road. It's kind of long and sweeping, as you can see in these videos here. You're going to get to the top and you're going to get to the visitor center, and you're going to see a bunch of what I call super grandmas. Now you're gonna see these retired ladies that are volunteering here, but don't underestimate them. They're up there all day running up and down all these hills, and there's the ones that's gonna save your butt if you do get heat exhaustion. So don't underestimate them. They're super nice, sweet. They know everything about all the wildlife out there, so ask them questions and they're more than happy to help. After you get by the super grandmas, you're gonna see that there are so many trails in the reserve park. Personally, I don't think any of the trails are too difficult. Outside of that first initial hike to get to the top of the bluff, all of the trails are pretty easy. You'll even see people running them. But it can get difficult and strenuous, especially with the sun and if you didn't bring enough water. So they have benches placed throughout the trails. So if you start getting really fatigued or feeling like heat casually coming on, take a seat, take in the fresh air and sights and relax a little bit and then continue on your hike. Along those same lines of safety, remember that this is a wildlife preserve, so there are wild animals, to include rattlesnakes. So be careful where you step and be careful overall. So here's some cool shots of some of the switchbacks along my favorite trail, the beach trail. As you can see, they're not too difficult. Later on, you'll see where I'll show you people climbing down this last little rock and the last couple steps down this ladder that gets you to the beach and ends your hike, where you circle back around and head back to the parking lot or North Beach. So before I shut up and let you just enjoy this beautiful scenery, here's a few key takeaways. Remember, this beach does not sell any food or drinks, and food can only be consumed on the beach, not the trails. There's no alcohol or pets allowed on the trail. And lastly, remember that the bathrooms are in the parking lot and plan accordingly. Thanks for watching. Please enjoy all these beautiful sceneries, probably the best shots that I've ever taken, and I'll see you next video.